One of the most common ways investors make money from their investments is through dividends, and therefore it's important to understand what dividends are and what the dividend payout ratio is when you're looking to invest in a company. Hey guys, it's Adam here, and in this video we're going to be discussing what dividends are and how you make money from them, as well as be delving into what the dividend payout ratio is and how you can use this as well as a company's dividends to determine which company is best to invest in. If you're interested in learning more about stocks and how you can make money from investing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more high quality investment oriented videos. As soon as you invest in a company, you become a shareholder and own a part of that same company. Now this actually means you're entitled to a share in the company's profits, and this is paid in the form of a dividend. A dividend is simply a payment from a company to its investors, most commonly in the form of cash, which is deposited directly into the investor's brokerage account, but can also come in the form of extra shares in the company. A company's board of directors decides when dividends will be paid out and how much will be paid out to shareholders. A company also legally does not have to pay dividends, and therefore they can choose to increase or decrease dividend payments at any time during the year. When a company makes profits, it can either reinvest those profits back into the company to help it grow and expand, or it can pay it out to shareholders in the form of a dividend. You can actually determine how much of a company's profits will be paid out to shareholders rather than being retained in the company through the dividend payout ratio. The dividend payout ratio can be calculated by dividing the total dividends paid by net income. To calculate the opposite and determine how much profit is being retained, you can use the retention ratio, which is the dividends per share divided by the earnings per share. You can then simply take this value away from 1 and you'll have the dividend payout ratio. These two ratios are essentially two sides of the same coin, but they provide slightly different analytical information. The dividend payout ratio can actually be an important indicator of a company's level of maturity. Typically, newer companies' main aim, other than survival, is to grow and expand their business, and so majority, if not all, of their profits will be reinvested into the company, consequently making their payout ratio close to zero, if not zero. Conversely, companies who are older and more well established and past their initial growth stage are able and willing to pay their shareholders a dividend, and so they have a higher dividend payout ratio. You can calculate how large a dividend payment you will receive is by multiplying the number of shares you own by the company's dividend. Let's give an example. Say you own 50 shares of Robertson plc, a well established tech company, and that Robertson plc pays a dividend of $1. That would mean that you would be paid $50 when the company pays out its dividends. Typically, companies pay dividends either quarterly, semi-annually or annually, and the companies that do pay dividends tend to be large and well profitable ones that can afford to pay their shareholders dividends. Companies issue dividends to entice investors to invest their money, and having dividend payments can reflect positively on a company for a variety of reasons. Having a strong record of dividend payments can increase investors' trust as well as entice more investors to invest. A good dividend record can act as an indicator that a company has maintained its financial strength for a number of years, and if the company has an unaltered dividend payout, it shows that it has a good cash reserve and respect for its shareholders, especially if it maintains this through times of struggle. If a company has a long record of constant or increasing dividend payments and then one day these stop or decrease, it can signal to investors that perhaps the company is going through a difficult time. This can have serious ramifications on a company, as was the case with the American company General Electric Co., who, after announcing a dividend cut of 50%, it was followed by a decrease in their share price by 7% in November of 2017. Now there are 4 key dates to keep in mind if you're a dividend investor, and these are in chronological order. The first is the announcement date, where a company's management releases the news that it's going to be paying out dividends. In order for a company to start paying dividends, it must be approved by the company's shareholders. The second date is the ex-dividend date, which is the date that an investor's eligibility to receive the upcoming dividend payment expires. So for example, say a company's ex-dividend date is April 9th. Any investor who buys in after this date will not receive the upcoming dividend. They are, however, still eligible for all upcoming dividends after the following one. The third date is the record date, which acts as a cut-off date that allows a company to determine which shareholders are eligible to receive the upcoming dividend. The record date is also established to allow a company to learn who their shareholders are as of that date, which is important since the shareholders can change daily. The final and most popular date for shareholders is the payment date, which, as the name suggests, is the date shareholders who are eligible to receive the dividend payment get paid. As always, I really hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you do enjoy this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing. If there's any topics that you'd like me to cover, please leave them in the comments below and I'll see if I can get to them. Thanks for watching.